Alright, let's dive into something that's got the entertainment world buzzing, or maybe unbuzzing, depending on how you look at it. So, here's the deal: David Fincher's rumored Squid Game spin-off, which was supposed to be this big English-language project at Netflix, is reportedly not happening. And honestly, this is one of those, interesting moments that makes you step back and think about the bigger picture of how these massive franchises operate. First off, let's talk about why this is even a thing. Squid Game was a global phenomenon. I mean, who didn't binge watch it and then spend hours debating the symbolism of the red light, green light game? It was a cultural reset, and naturally, the idea of a spin-off felt inevitable. But here's where it gets tricky: when you take a show that's so deeply rooted in its cultural context, in this case, South Korea, and try to transplant it, you're walking a tightrope. Personally, I think that's what makes this news so fascinating. It's not just about Fincher or Netflix, it's about the challenge of adapting something so specific without losing its essence. Now, let's talk about Fincher for a second. The guy's a legend, right? Mindhunter, Mank, The Killer, he's got this dark, meticulous style that's instantly recognizable. But Squid Game? That's a whole different beast. It's vibrant, chaotic, and deeply tied to Korean societal issues. So, when I heard Fincher was attached to this project, my first thought was, wow, that's a bold move. But also, how on earth is he going to make this work? And honestly, the fact that it's reportedly been shelved makes me wonder if even he saw the writing on the wall. Sometimes, even the best creators realize that some stories are better left untouched, or at least, left to their original creators. Speaking of which, Hwang Dong-hyuk, the mastermind behind Squid Game, had already given his blessing for spin-offs but made it clear he wouldn't be directly involved. And that's a smart move, in my opinion. He understands that the show's magic comes from its authenticity. Trying to replicate that in a different cultural context. It's like trying to recreate a Michelin-starred dish with store-bought ingredients. Sure, it might look the same, but the soul won't be there. Now, let's talk about that Squid Game 3 finale, because it's a doozy. Cate Blanchett showing up as a recruiter in LA? That's a power move. It's like the show was saying, yeah, this isn't just a Korean thing, it's global. And that's what makes the spin-off idea so intriguing. If done right, it could expand the universe in a way that feels natural, not forced. But here's the thing, that scene also feels like a tease now. Like, hey, here's what could have been. And that's kind of bittersweet, isn't it? What many people don't realize is that spin-offs are risky business. For every Better Call Saul, there's a Joey. And with Squid Game, the stakes are even higher because the original was so universally loved. So, maybe this is Netflix and Fincher taking a step back to avoid a misstep. Or maybe it's Fincher focusing on other projects, like that Tarantino sequel with Brad Pitt. Either way, it feels like a missed opportunity, but also a smart decision. If you take a step back and think about it, this whole situation raises a deeper question: how do we preserve the integrity of a story while trying to capitalize on its success? Squid Game wasn't just a show, it was a statement about class, desperation, and humanity. Can that be replicated in a different language, with different actors, and a different cultural lens? Personally, I'm not so sure. And maybe that's okay. Sometimes, it's better to let a masterpiece stand on its own. So, where does this leave us? Well, for now, the Squid Game spin-off is off the table, or at least, this version of it. But who knows? Maybe another creator will take a crack at it down the line. Or maybe we'll just have to be content with rewatching the original and debating whether Ji-hun should have taken the plane ticket. Either way, this whole saga is a reminder that not every great idea needs a sequel. Sometimes, the impact of the original is enough. What do you guys think? Is this a missed opportunity, or is it better to leave Squid Game as is? Let me know in the comments below. And hey, if you're still here, thanks for sticking around. Let's keep the conversation going.